Hello and welcome to Avocado Life Foundation series, brought to you by Black Fundraisers UK and sponsored by the Tudor Trust. My name is Akiwumi, and today I'll be sharing 5 top things to know about trustees and their responsibilities. Number 1, who are charity trustees? Well, charity trustees are people who share ultimate responsibility for governing a charity and directing how it is managed and run. Usually they hold either the board of trustees, management committee, governors, or directors. Number 2, how many trustees does your charity need to have? Your charity's governing document should set out the minimum and the maximum number of trustees your charity needs to have. If it doesn't, Charity Commission recommends at least 3 trustees. Now that usually consists of a chair, a secretary, and a treasurer. Number 3, who can be a trustee? Well, almost anyone really, but with a few caveats which I'll talk about. So if anyone is 16 years old and over, they can serve as a trustee for a company or a charitable incorporated organization, or CIO. For any other sort of charity, they need to be at least 18 years old. And all trustees need to be properly appointed following the procedures and any restrictions in the charity or company's governing document. Now you should keep a record of the appointments and don't forget to update your records with the Charity Commission or Companies House whenever changes occur. Now for the caveats. Anyone who's been disqualified under the Charities Act cannot serve as a trustee. This includes those who have unspent convictions for offences involving dishonesty or deception, such as fraud, or those who have been made bankrupt and those who've been removed as company directors or charity trustees because of any kind of illegal wrongdoing. In addition, charities that want to claim UK tax relief and exemptions, such as gift aid, must meet the management condition in the Finance Act of 2010. Now this requires that all your managers, including your trustees, are fit and proper persons, and there's actually a test for this. In essence, the fit and proper persons test, which has nothing to do with how healthy your trustees are, by the way, is concerned with ensuring that charities are not managed or controlled by people who present a risk to the charity's tax position. The good news is HMRC have provided detailed guidance on this, and a fact sheet and model declaration which you should get your trustees to read and sign. The link to this and other sources of information will be in the accompanying handout from this video, which you can find on our website. Finally, please note that it's illegal for a barred person to apply to work in any paid or voluntary capacity for any regulated activity. This is particularly relevant to charities working with children and vulnerable adults who must conduct the necessary DBS checks on their staff and volunteers. Number 4, what are the duties of a trustee? Now this is very clearly set out by the Charity Commission in their CC3A guidance, which lists 6 main duties. Trustees must ensure that their charity is carrying out its purposes for the public benefit. They're responsible for complying with the charity's governing documents and the law. In addition, trustees are also responsible legally for the charity's fundraising and must ensure that they act in the charity's best interest, manage the charity's resources responsibly, act with reasonable care and skill, and ensure that the charity is accountable. The fundraising responsibilities are so important that the fundraising regulator says that trustees of charities or those who serve on its governing body must have regard to national guidance in overseeing the fundraising activities of the charity and any third parties fundraising on the charity's behalf. Now, to help you make sense and success of these duties, the Institute of Fundraising, in partnership with CFG, NCBO and Akiwumi, have produced a practical handbook on trustees and fundraising. This is available to download free from their website, which also has top tips to get trustees on board with fundraising. And number 5, how and where do you recruit trustees? It's always best to start by identifying and being clear about your needs. Conduct a skills audit if possible. This usually helps to reveal where the gaps are or what skills are missing on your current board. After that, you should draw up a role description based on your requirements so that you're more likely to attract the right candidates. Once you've done that, go ahead and advertise far and wide, starting with your networks. Feel free to share with your friends, family, and colleagues, even on social media. You may also want to consider using a specialist recruitment firm if you can afford it. There are lots of places where you can advertise, and while some have fees for charities, others are free and could be just as effective. For example, the Small Charities Coalition run Trustee Finder, a free search and posting service that syndicates with a Do It volunteering service. Do It is a national volunteer database where people can post all kinds of volunteering positions, including trusteeships. It's probably worth mentioning that this is free to post at your local volunteer center, but charges apply for posting online. Trustee Bank is run by NCVO, the National Council for Voluntary Organizations, but only their members can post trustee vacancies on the site. However, NCVO also run a recruitment placement venture in collaboration with Russell GSM and BWB called Trustees Unlimited. This provides solutions for organizations trying to recruit high-quality trustees. Although this is free to register for individuals seeking trustee positions, charities looking for trustees to pay a fee. One other place you could check out is Trustee Works, a recruitment placement service run by Reach and Prospectus. The basic service is free for charities with an annual income below £1 million, and then charges apply depending on the service required. Finally, once you've found your dream trustee, don't forget to give your new recruits a terms of reference, an information pack, and an induction. Make sure your terms of reference sets out the steps to take if things don't work out on either side. Because let's be honest, sometimes they just don't. Now, here are 2 bonus things just based on my experience. 1, make sure that you have a term limit for trustees. Ideally, this should also be set out in your governing document. Every few years, you really want to try and get fresh blood and ideas on the board so that you're not stuck in a rut. And the final thing is the big D, diversity. Don't fill up your board with only people who look and think like you. Growth, creativity, and innovation always comes from having people who bring a variety of backgrounds, experiences, styles, perspectives, ideas, and beliefs. Now, thanks for sticking with me if you made it this far. For more information, download the accompanying handout from our website. Check out the other videos in the Avocado Life Foundation series. They're designed to deliver operational excellence and funding success for your charity. Let us know how this has helped your charity fundraising. If there are any other subjects you'd like us to cover, tell us. And if you'd like us to arrange some training for your charity or would like to attend one of ours, let us know. Stay connected with us by email, by Twitter and Facebook, and by visiting our website. Goodbye and best wishes for your fundraising. Fundraising regulated. Fundraising by charitable, philanthropic, benevolent